The man just let out a fart in the city and was then shot by another man. The following day, he dared to repeat it and was sent to meet God directly. However, God seemed to hate him, trapping him in a death-time loop. On the same day, Jack died multiple times. Each day he wakes up, he ducks his head to avoid the blades, sits up, puts on shoes to dodge, stands up, and bends over to evade. He is so familiar with the timing and course of the executioner's moves that he can sidestep them easily. With just a shirt, he can block the blades and wrap the executioner's arm to bring him down. Knowing the executioner would groan on the ground for 6 seconds, Jack pours himself some hot coffee and takes a small sip. When the executioner stands up, he splashes it all over him. Outside the window, on a helicopter, is the second executioner who holds a Gatling gun. Jack has long taken cover behind a pillar, letting the first wave of bullets take out the first executioner. After 8 seconds, the Gatling gun stops firing. Jack throws a flying knife to headshot the executioner. After the executioner is down, the Gatling gun starts to fail, its direction slowly moving to the side. Jack walks through the hail of bullets to the couch and crouches down. Though he successfully dodges the falling rotor blades, he still doesn't know why he's being pursued. Suddenly realizing the helicopter is about to explode, Jack quickly jumps through the window, landing perfectly into a dump truck. There were multiple times before when he didn't land in it. Once, he was run over by it and turned directly into a meat sauce pizza. What an unfortunate guy. Next, he wanted to take a sports car. The driver would yell loudly each time, but no one came to his rescue. Jack even took his sunglasses. The third wave of executioners was coming. Jack had to escape quickly on his 79th revival since he didn't drive fast enough. He was directly hit and sent flying by a bus. He needed to reach the speed of Fast and Furious 9 to avoid this bus. Yet, he was still killed by the pair of sisters multiple times, by the bomb maniac twice, by the guy who looked like him multiple times, and by the girl with the long blade multiple times. He had figured out how to counterkill everyone else but the girl who always appeared mysteriously and took off his head with one stroke. And every time she killed him, she would even flaunt, "I'm Guanyin," and Guanyin has done this. He had tried to resist, but the executioners were too numerous and too powerful. He had never lived past 1247. Sometimes, after escaping the executioners, he would go to a Chinese bar and drink 2 bottles of liquor. Jack thought his ex Rose had trapped him in this endless loop. Initially, he was a member of a special forces unit. After retiring, he quit working and didn't take care of his son, which led to his wife divorcing him. Since then, he fell into a perpetual death loop. On his 145th recovery, Jack hid in an underground shopping center and suddenly saw his own child. He took his child out of the shopping center and suddenly realized it was already 12:50. He had actually survived 3 more minutes than before. At this moment, Jack figured out he had a tracker on him, which had no signal underground, so the executioners couldn't find him. Just as he thought this, the executioners began to appear. One by one, he held his child in front of him, and bullets struck his back. Just before dying, Jack looked at his child and felt very happy. He woke up again. Jack furiously grabbed the executioner and asked him how he found him. However, the executioner wouldn't talk. Even in death, Jack had no choice but to find out on his own. He sought out a friend at a security company and asked where would be the most suitable place to insert a tracker in the body. The friend suggested inside a tooth. Jack rushed into the restroom, pulling out his teeth one by one, taking a drink of white wine after each one, enduring with great intensity. Finally, he found the tooth. With the tracker now, he could strike back. Holding the tooth as bait, he lured the executioners out and efficiently trapped and fought back against them. After dealing with those executioners, Jack called his ex. However, instead of her boss answered. The boss informed him that his ex was already dead and he was next. It turned out the big boss was his wife's boss. Jack wanted to go after the big boss now. But before that, he needed to deal with the girl who had killed him over 20 times. Jack found a Chinese blade master who had won the world championship for 12 consecutive years. He asked her to teach him how to use a blade. At first, they used their hands as swords, exchanging moves. The master defeated Jack repeatedly, leaving him covered in wounds every day. Gradually, Jack began to understand the meaning of swordsmanship and was able to practice with a wooden sword. Despite still getting beaten, his confidence grew steadily. After 174 attempts, he could exchange a few moves with the master. Eventually, after countless more attempts, he was able to duel the master with a real sword. After 7 exchanges, Jack defeated the master and paid his respects. Returning to face the girl again, Jack put away his weapon, grabbing a blade from the wall. When the girl attacked, Jack was steadfast, lightly dodging her. With just one strike, he brushed her hair. Once again, they dueled. Jack held his left hand behind him, wielding the blade easily with his right. The blade became an extension of his arm, achieving a state where the person was the sword. The sword was the individual. This time, the young lady could no longer challenge him, succumbing to his repeated strikes aimed at her throat. Even if she disarmed him, he could still counterattack and win. Now, here comes the chief. Jack killed the old man with just a few moves. However, before dying, the boss told him he had already sent someone to murder his child. Jack dashed to save his child, only to find his child's lifeless body. Jack was crushed. After waking once more, he completely gave up resisting, letting the executioner finish him off. Once, twice, multiple times, again and again. Until this time, Jack suddenly stood. He wanted to make amends. He spent time visiting, playing games, and buying food with his child. Gradually, he learned how to be a father. Then one day, his child told Jack that his mom had called him. Today, Jack was astonished to realize his ex was still alive. Each day, Jack saw from the surveillance that the boss killed his ex at 7:14. He woke up every day at 7 o'clock, meaning he had 14 minutes each day to save her. Once again, when he revived, he tried to beat the clock. Jumping into a helicopter, he arrived at the base by 7:10, used a Gatling gun to clear out everyone in 10 seconds by 7:12. Then Jack needed 2 extra minutes to clear the lab and dispose of the boss before he killed his ex. Jack succeeded in saving his ex. Rose held Jack tightly. Both of them were overwhelmed with emotion. However, the death loop still couldn't be broken. Rose told Jack to restore the world to normal. He needed to step into the time machine and merge with it. But no one knew if he would survive or die after stepping inside. This time, Jack didn't plan to escape anymore. He wanted to take on the responsibilities of a man. Gently, he said to Rose, "Thank you for raising our child. I enjoyed many days with him. Although I couldn't make up for anything from our wonderful child, I saw your years of hard work and endless love." Then, for the person he loved, he bravely walked towards the machine. When a person accepts the possibility of failure, he changes from a coward into a hero. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.